Hello world and welcome to the video. I'm gonna hold the mic today instead of putting it on the stand, and we'll see if this is better or worse. I just want to be a little more free, you know what I mean? I will eventually make a video that's edited and not just me talking into a camera, but I figure any content is better than no content. Would you agree? Give this video a thumbs up if you agree. I'm obviously in drag, and I've been thinking about doing this video for a while, and I'm in drag because I went to the climate strike today. It was really amazing. There were approximately 10,000 people at the Seattle March alone, and 4 million people globally, which is the largest action for climate ever. If you want to see this complete look at the march with my sign, you can go look on my Instagram. My sign said the time has come, which I'm just going to make this like a climate strike vlog plus, what the title says. So my sign said the time has come because when I did the March for Our Lives in drag and I was on NPR, if you didn't know I was on NPR, I like to tell people that because it's true. I realized that, obviously I'm not, trying to be on Drag Race. I don't know if that's obvious. People might think I am. I'm not trying to be on Drag Race. I don't even, the world I exist in is not the Drag Race world. And, but I do know that Drag Race has done a lot for the mainstreamization of drag, which is also why I'm, in drag now doing this video, because I know that people like it, and why I went in drag to the march, because it gets that attention going. It gets more representation, obviously, but also people are like, oh, it's not just old people. There's a lot of interesting people here. And I think that queer representation in the climate strike is also important. Anyways, hence my clearly displayed tattoo. For people who get that know the time has come is from Drag Race, they're like, oh yes, great. And for everybody else, it's just yeah, the time has come. The time has come and passed for when we must act on climate change. Yeah, really good. So people love pop culture references on signs. So I like to use that for the attention that we're lucky to be able to have, I guess. But yeah, go to my Instagram to check out that full mome. That means moment. The climate strike is super important. The time to act on climate is now. We are on the verge of, awfulness. Bad things are already happening because of climate change. We already have climate refugees from storms and droughts and heat waves caused by climate change. And things are already happening and they're only going to get worse. And so my pitch, because you never know when a journalist is going to come talk to you. So I already had my thing going of what I was going to say of I like to think I'm still a youth, but I'm 25. So that's not true in some people's definition. Anyways, I was a climate justice activist. In college, I was a youth climate justice activist. And look how far we've come. Not far enough. We've got some amazing accomplishments, and we definitely, should celebrate all the work that has happened, but, obviously, we still have a long ways to go, or, societal collapse. We're all planning for our futures, and it sucks that we now have to be, even considering that, our future is going to look dramatically different, that we're not going to have the same opportunities. And so we were striking today with the youth who strike every single Friday from school because they're going to work their asses off. We are all working our asses off, and we do not have the same opportunities that the older generations had because, things are going to get bad. And that sucks. And so I every day have to be I am very hopeful. Not that we will get things done, that we will stop this, but that, I am hopeful every day that we can take action. Every day is a chance to get better, and to me that means, taking action and fighting our asses off, because we literally have nothing to lose at all. Our entire futures is what we will lose if we do nothing, And so, I have to every day choose to be hopeful for the action that we must take, while also grappling with the realization and the reality that it literally just might not happen. Like, we literally just might not do what we need to do in time to save the world, because we have to start now in order to like get the ball rolling for the future. We've already missed so many deadlines, and bad things are already happening, and there are horrible people in big positions of power, and not just the president, like, and on state level, county level, national level, and government agencies that we don't often think about, county commissioner, like county utility boards, like awful people are not doing what they need to do. And it's terrifying to be like, oh yeah, I like want to be hopeful and I'm actually really upset. So today's video is about what you can do as an individual to, help stop climate change. And I have wanted to do this video for a long time because I think a lot of people are used to, when I was a child, the conversation was like, what can you individually do? Can you get an electric car? Can you drive less? Can you, recycle your paper? Can you compost? Can you get rechargeable batteries? I don't give a fuck. And I was known for being like the environmental person in school. And people would come to me and be like, oh, Jesse, you'll be so proud of me. I got a recycle bin. And at some point I started changing and I was like, cool. Like, that's so great for you. I don't like spending any time talking about individual action to stop climate change because corporations are responsible for 70% of emissions. So, like, even if we all miraculously go carbon neutral, even though our economy is not set up to support that, we don't have the resources to do that. Like, a lot of that stuff is out of our control. And so even if we all did somehow, it would still only be 30%, right? Any time that we're spending talking about individual action and what we can do on individual, like, in our lifestyles is a waste of my time. Like, Google it. I don't know. What I want to talk about is, like, how can you actually stop climate change? Because people say that, and I'm like, you want the real answer? Well, I'm going to give it to you. Here we go. That's what this video is about. You have to take action in your community. You have to get involved and find out what it's going to take to get people in positions of power to do something. Today at the strike, the Amazon workers for climate, I don't know what they're called officially, they striked, went on strike from work. And yesterday, Amazon announced that they would go carbon neutral by 2028. And first of all, that's amazing because Amazon, unfortunately, has a huge impact on our economy and could single-handedly be the key to getting us carbon neutral. But besides that, the workers trying to get this stuff to happen and then threatening to go on strike is cited as one of the main reasons that this is happening. Like, the tides are turning, but it wouldn't be if people weren't taking action. So people are like, what can I do as an individual? It's not as easy as like going and buying something different. In a way, it's almost easier. There's a few ways. Get involved in a local organization. I think that's like the easiest way and the most rewarding way because it kind of like opens out the doors for you. A lot of people come to me for news and whatever, and that's really cool. And I love to be that for people. But I don't know everything, and I don't know everything in people's local communities. But if you get involved in a local organization or start one of your own, and if you want to learn how to start an organization of your own, you can hit me up in the comments, and I'll like tell you about how I've done that. And one, you're making connections with your community members, which is super important. Two, you're finding out about local issues, the things that are happening actually in your community that you can have a lot more impact over. And three, you're connecting with knowledge. So like I can tell you stuff, but like if you're going to a community group once a week, you're taking action, getting involved in ways that make a huge impact in your community. You're showing up in the seats of power. Like, you're doing all that. Like, those people also are able to tell you, like, oh, hey, like, this is who I'm voting for governor because of these reasons. And you probably share values because you've had some really good conversations about why you care about your community. And so they're able to help you. Like, I make my ballot measure videos during the election, so every 2 years, and like you can find out about that stuff not from me, and that's amazing because you get more perspectives. I mean, still definitely like subscribe and like listen to my reasons, but like it's like I'm knowledgeable on all this because I'm involved in my community. I've been involved and I became that person. And I think like we all have this sense of civic duty to get involved in our communities, and you don't have to be involved nationally and know everything at all times, but being involved locally can really open up a lot of opportunities for you. The second thing is if you don't want to do that, and I want to pressure you strongly to do that, like number one, do that. You can at least like stay up to date and do some research. If you don't want to leave your place of residence, do some research on like who you should be voting for. And if you really don't want to get involved with the community, you need to take more than 5 minutes to do that. And like actually sit down and do your research, because it's the least you can do to make sure you're electing people into office who are not going to like screw our entire futures. I don't know all the organizations in everyone's communities. If you are super interested in having a really hard time, like go to the internet and Google like your area and like climate change or like climate groups or like whatever, and usually things will pop up. But if you're still having a really hard time, hit me up. I will try to help you because I do care. And that's all I have for you today. I hope you all liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. I might remake this video in like a more formatted, less freeform way, but also I might never do that. So I hope that you enjoyed it while you could. I am gonna go shower this entire thing off of my body because, oh wow, I love to not have makeup on. Bye. Oh, and remember, every day is a chance to get better.